by loving himself.
By giving, acting like you love them.
By trying to overlook as much as possible.
You try to see the good in everybody. I wish I could say that for myself.
It necessitates one being able, first of all, to respect and honor himself or herself, and then and only then am I able to love another human being.
The first thing that you got to do is you got to define love. So the strangest thing is that the Jewish people, we say it's a commandment to love your neighbor as yourself. Reyacha means your friend as yourself. You're supposed to love humanity, every human being. You're supposed to love every human being. The Almighty loves every human being. You're supposed to love every human being. So you find in the world at large, you ask somebody, should you love nice neighbors? Yes, you should. Is it the right thing to do? Yes, it's the right thing to do. Is it a good thing to do? Yes, it's a good thing to do. Can I obligate you to love someone? No, you can't obligate me to love someone. You can't obligate. Well, you said you should. Are you obligated to do what you should? You said it's the right thing to do. Are you obligated to do the right thing, or you can do the wrong thing? You said that it's a good thing to do. Are you obligated to do the good things? So there's a confusion. Right? There's a confusion. In Judaism we say it's an obligation. No, authority doesn't help me. My telling you it's an obligation. The Torah is telling you it's an obligation. You don't feel the obligation. You say, I don't buy that. So we ask you, tell me, if you have two kids, yeah, and one says, I hate my sister. So you say it happens? Or you say you gotta love a sister? Well, you gotta love a sister. How can I love a brat like that? Don't talk that way about your sister. I'm only telling you the truth. You smack him, you lost your temper. Now you got to explain to him, how do you love? But you know, it's an obligation. You should love your own sister, you should love. Even if she took the last piece of cake. The Almighty wants us to love each other, every one of us.
By being in relationships and to continually understand this concept and to work on it.
The more you give, the more you can love.
You have to learn to love others by believing in yourself.
So how do you do it? How do you define love? You got to define love. You can't define love. Tell me, do you love your father? Yes. Do you love your mother? Yes. Do you love your sister? Yes. Do you love your brother? Yes. Do you love your kids? Yes. Do you love the mechanic that ripped you off? No. Do you love the landlord that won't fix your furnace? No. Well, do you stick your father? I don't know what you're talking about. Just tell me. I can't tell you. I don't. When you say you love your father, you know what you're talking about. So you have a definition.
Love is, I don't know.
Losing your breath when you see someone, undying devotion for something, the same kind of feeling that you feel for your immediate family.
You want to do things for them that'll make them happy, and you care about them, and you trust them, and you respect them.
So let us tell you the Jewish definition of love, and you check it out whether that's what you mean. The Jewish definition of love is, it's an emotion. You all agree it's an emotion, it's a feeling. It's an emotion of pleasure. When you look at your kids, you look at the people you love, it can bring pain, but it's an emotion basically of pleasure. It's the greatest pleasure we have, it's our children. We get married because we're in love, it's a pleasure. So it's an emotion of pleasure that we human beings have when we see. See means appreciate, understand, perceive. A virtue. Virtue is anything gorgeous, strong, meaningful in another human being, and we identify that human being with his virtue.
When two people can't get enough of each other.
Love is an industry. Love is a poem. Love is an ocean. Love is a universe.
So first you got to articulate the definition. Then you got to check it out whether that's what you mean, that's what you're doing when you love. Then you got to figure out how in the world to do this for every human being, and you can love humanity.